wanted to ask you again for the facts. What are the facts about poll watchers in Pennsylvania? What does the law say?
That they are not entitled to be at these satellite locations. Poll watchers are a very specific entity that are determined a few days before election days, and it's in specific predetermined polling locations and the polls. So no one's being turned away because there aren't poll watchers in these satellite offices. That is complete propaganda, and they're trying to spread it online, and they are trying to create chaos. And we in Pennsylvania have to understand that if that's the goal, our objective is to reassure everybody that voting by mail is secure. We did it in June. We're going to do it in November. And if somebody is deliberately spreading misinformation about that in Pennsylvania, it's because their agenda is to sow chaos.
And to that point, poll watchers need to be pre-approved. And there were no Trump pre-approved poll watchers in the precinct that they are now complaining about.
Or Biden pre-approved. I mean, that's the point. It's like no one can just randomly show up and say, I'm a poll watcher. That's not how the process works.
Okay then. So when the president said, let me play this. So when the president says this, then what are the implications? Listen.
I'm urging my supporters to go into the polls and watch very carefully, because that's what has to happen. I am urging them to do it. As you know, today there was a big problem. In Philadelphia, they went in to watch. They're called poll watchers, a very safe, very nice thing. They were thrown out. They weren't allowed to watch. You know why? Because bad things happen in Philadelphia, bad things.
The second part of what he said, we just established the truth there. So what he was saying about the so-called poll watchers that got thrown out is a lie. They were not legally allowed to be there, and it wasn't at a polling location where poll watchers are even allowed. But it's that first part I want you to address now, where the president is calling on his supporters to go to the polls and watch very carefully. What is the impact of that?
The impact is going to be he's sowing chaos. That's the strategy. I mean, after that debate, it couldn't be any more clear. Chaos is the strategy. Chaos is the outcome that they're seeking, and it's going to only intensify as the election day approaches. I mean, we're over a month out. I mean, it's going to get a lot worse, and people in Pennsylvania need to understand that that's all it is: noise and distraction propagated by an organization whose lone objective during the campaign season is to sow chaos, to create diversions away from an outcome they very well may not like when all the votes are cast in Pennsylvania.
So besides education and coming on TV and trying to tell people the way things are and what the rules say, what can you do about this?
We can count on our election professionals all across Pennsylvania. You know, you will not see one single elected Democrat criticizing or impugning the integrity of votes coming out of red county. Pennsylvania has over 50 red counties. You know, no one's questioning those results because we know that there is integrity across the boards in this function across Pennsylvania. And there's only one side talking about fraud and misinformation. And my cousin's brother said that this happened. I mean, none of that is relevant. It's going to have an impact without a doubt, but we need to understand that when chaos is the objective, we must steel ourselves against that. And the result that Pennsylvania will generate after November 3rd can be trusted. It's going to be secure, and it's going to reflect the true democratic will of voters here in Pennsylvania.
What evidence at this time, if any, do you have this is having any effect on voter enthusiasm or turnout? What are you seeing in terms of early voting turnout?
I don't think it's going to affect any turnout whatsoever. I think it's going to absolutely create some chaos, without a doubt. I mean, you're going to have it on full steam ahead. It's so easy to spark a conspiracy online, and you've already seen evidence of that. You know, there's 2 more debates, and that's a huge platform which to advance these kind of conspiracy theories and just blatant misinformation and propaganda. But on the ground in Pennsylvania, the dynamic will remain the same, that voting by mail in Pennsylvania is secure. Our voters did it without any significant issues and no fraud back in June.
Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, we appreciate your time. Thank you for being with us this morning. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.